You know what's crazy? It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Right? Uh, Relationships be crazy. The way they come together, the way they stay together, um, the way they fall apart sometimes, and the way they fall apart and come back together. It's crazy. All right. Now, me as a man, um, you know when other men be like fucking up a good situation, or when they trapped in a bad one, right? You can just see, right? Because in my profession, I deal with married couples all the time, right? And it seems as if in the majority of those relationships, the the woman has all the power and all to say so, right? She doesn't seem to let her man be a man. She seems to call all the shots, make all of the plans. Um, pretty much handle everything besides the financials, right? Because when it comes to the financials, that's still the man's responsibility. Even if in his home he has no say so, right? Should be crazy, but that's the way that it is. But when you think about it, you know, when the man is a hostage in his home, a willing participant at that, you wonder what did that man do, right? Because most of the time, I would say it's just that happy life, no happy wife, happy life mentality. A lot of guys have, right? When you get married, it's all about your wife and everything that she wants. Even the marriage, the planning of the marriage, the engagement, the whole setup where you get married at, and the colors and everything is basically the wife's decision, right? She makes all the decisions. Only thing you decided on was proposing. Everything after that, she controls and decides on, from how it appears to me. I could be wrong, but that's what it looks like, right? Um, and it seems like from the day you propose to the day you get married, everything is about what your wife wants, how she feels, um, what she thinks, how she look at things, you know, and you are to make sure she's happy, make sure she has everything that she wants, make sure she's safe and protected, and everything else. You know what I mean? Make sure she's provided for, right? And in the midst of that, um, you get the basics or the essentials, I guess. Right? You have a home. You get a home cooked meal. Um, you get sexual relations. You know, and on your birthday or on special occasions, you might get something more than missionary. You feel me? Okay, I just kind of talking shit right there, but you get what I'm saying, right? Because that's how they act, right? They act like they're hostages, like they can't make no decisions, like they can't do anything without the wife's permission. I mean, so sometimes I wonder, like, what did you do? Did you cheat on your wife or something, and she knows about it, and she forgave you, and from that day forth, you promised to be true and honest and not give her any pushback about anything? Or did you not sign a prenup and you think that leaving her would leave you financially strapped or something? I don't know. But it makes you wonder, like, what's wrong with these dudes? Like, why are you letting her handle you like a child? You feel me? You know what I mean? Why is she so dismissive towards you? Right? Why is she flirting with the pool man or the maintenance man or any man in your presence and you're just there, like, you know what I mean? I don't understand, right? So to me, I feel like maybe because it could happen that maybe you did something and she forgave you, but she or you're reminded of what you have done, or she reminds you of what you have done every now and then. You know what I'm saying? I could be wrong, but that's what it looked like to me. And I'm like, there's no way that you are this weak. But when you think about it, if you ever been in any relationship or you know or married or anything like that, um, you realize that there comes a time in that relationship where certain things aren't worth it, right? It's not worth the argument. It's not worth the disruption in your peace. And then I see these guys and I'm thinking that must be the stage that they're in when it comes to their marriages. You know what I mean? They don't want to argue. They don't want to argue about it. They don't want to have a stupid argument. Argument that's they feel it's not worth it. You know what I mean? Because it after you've been with somebody a while, you kind of know their temperament, you know their moods, you know how they are, you know their triggers, I guess. You know what I mean? Things that they would little petty shit that they argue about for weeks that really means nothing to you, and you don't want to go through that. You don't want to be in a house where a bitch is all passive aggressive and got a little attitude about some dumb shit that you was done with as soon as the conversation was over because she can't let it go. Or even in reverse, or he can't let it go. Depend on the personality in the relationship or whatever, the power dynamic in the relationship. Right? So you find yourself not saying a lot of stuff, not giving a lot of pushback because you just want peace in your house. Right? You feel like you don't put a lot of time in this relationship. Um, y'all done been through so much together. Y'all life are like intertwined, it's all woven in, you feel me? It's like it's solid. Y'all don't put in you don't put in too much. You feel me? Brick by brick. And you just don't want to you feel like throwing it away or walking away from it'll be like, you know what I mean? It's too much to start over at this point. So you deal with it, right? You deal with it, you eat it. All of the bullshit, you just deal with it, you eat it, right? So when the motherfucker is doing stuff that you feel is purposely or just to get on your nerves or saying things you don't like or just moving in the way that you don't like, you don't really say anything about it because you don't want to argue. You just want to chill. You just want it to be peaceful because saying something to cause a big blow up. All right. And as I think about that, I'm thinking that's not a way to live in any relationship. I mean, a relationship with your family, a relationship with friends, a relationship with coworkers, at a job. That's just not a place to be where you're constantly biting your tongue, right? Because even if you're telling the truth, or even if you coming from a place of love or respect, or you just, you know what I mean, you just really trying to explain it out so you can have a a two-way conversation, but you can't have the conversation with this person because it's gonna go left. It's gonna turn into something else. They're gonna flip it. They're gonna tangle and twist it. It's gonna turn into an argument. It's gonna turn into either them attacking or them being a victim, or no matter what, it's gonna end up being something you did wrong. You know what I mean? It's not a situation that's healthy for you mentally or even physically, because the more you are weighed down mentally, the more you feel me, you feel it physically a lot of times, right? So yeah, man, you feel me? Because I know it goes both ways, you feel me? Um, a lot of women put up with a lot of men they shouldn't put up with. You know, they're the man's taking care of them, and he's providing a good life for her, and if they have children, you know what I'm saying, and he's probably not abusive towards her physically, but probably emotionally and mentally. You feel me? She's probably being neglected in a way. He's probably out having flings and probably out of mistress or whatever. Even if he doesn't, you know what I'm saying, the relationship probably just isn't healthy for the both of them. They're just settled in like roommates, like co-workers, maintaining a property, or maintaining the kids until they go off to college or whatever, right? Because they done put in so much time together, and they done built it up from nothing, and they slowly grown apart, but they don't want to admit it. They don't even have sex anymore, or they sleep in separate rooms or something. Right? They don't even talk. They don't even eat together. They don't even watch TV together. Little petty shit, little simple shit that you do with the person that you with, or with the person that you love. They don't even do that. They got emotional connections with people over the internet, or people at work, or random people they see, a neighbor or something, and they see them, they wonder what life could be like with this person. But they don't act on it. They just continue to have the relationship that they have at home, the relationship that they built. Right? Because you don't always have to act on things. That's people's problem. People always, you don't always have to act on something. Right? You can see something and you can admire it from a distance. You be like, oh, okay. Or you can see something, you be like, oh, wow. But that don't mean you have to go and pursue that and try and do that and try and make that happen. You know what I'm saying? Because the grass look green from over here. Then you get there, then it's all kind of weeds. You got carpet grass, you got dayflower, you got chink bug and shit. You feel me? But from where you was at, you was like, dang, that thing laid. You feel me? Or you might get over there and it's artificial turf. You feel me? That's all I'm saying. But yeah. So, relationships are a lot of work. And when you get married, I don't feel like it's happy wife, happy life. You feel me? It's supposed to be, I heard, happy spouse, happy house, or so that goes for both of you. You should be both of you should be happy. You should be able to have a conversation, you feel me? Open dialogue about things you agree with, or you disagree with, and things you don't like, or things you could fix, or things you could change. Right? But most relationships seem to have one person that just rules it with an iron fist. You feel me? It's gonna be this way. We're gonna do this. I like this. And if you disagree with that, it's just a for every argument. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like if there's no peace, and it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's really not worth it to just be arguing. So I understand why. So the older I get, and the more I'm around, married people, I understand why. I mean, I understand it. I don't feel like it's something that I could do. I mean, I have done it. I mean, everybody has done it. If you ever been in a long term relationship where certain shit you just don't, you like, you know what? It ain't even worth it. You know what I mean? I should, but you like, you be finna say something, then you be like, it's not even worth it. I'm not finna argue with this motherfucker about this shit all day. you know, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Then you out. You feel me? You just you go out, and that motherfucker call you and you scream them. You like, I ain't trying to talk to this motherfucker right now. I ain't trying to do this right now. I'm chilling. Damn, it shouldn't be that way. You know what I mean? Because in the relationship in the beginning, you can't wait to see him. You can't wait to talk to him. You know what I'm saying? That's your person. You feel me? When you see her, when you hear from her, you know what I'm saying? When y'all get y'all time together. And then it gets to the point where you like, you feel me? It's time to go home to the old ball and chain. You feel me? Or somebody's telling you that, oh, he don't never take charge. You feel me? And then you realize when you talk to these people, and you understand why he like, oh, whatever you want to do. You ever been in a relationship, you realize when somebody be like, oh, whatever you want to do, you already know, because if you tell them what you want to do, they gonna make all kind of excuses why they don't want to do that. Because even though they say, they don't want, no, I'm open to do whatever you want to do. And then you tell them what you want to do, and they're like, I was like, damn, so why the fuck you asking me? You feel me? So every time I hear somebody say, whatever you want to do, I already know why they say it. If you've been in a relationship long enough, you know why when somebody's spouse come and ask them something, and they be like, oh, it don't matter, what do you want to do? And they be like, oh, what you want to eat? But oh, it don't matter, whatever you make is fine. Because you know that if you tell them what you want, they're not gonna want that. Every now and then, y'all will want the same thing. But most of the time, they ask you what you want, you tell them what you want, and they give you this look, and then they start talking about, oh, because... So you be like, hey, man, whatever you want. Because I'm not trying to have this stupid-ass conversation. You feel me? I'm not trying to spend the next 3 hours debating on food when you already know what you want. God damn, I'm not picky. You feel me? So that's all. But nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. No relationship is perfect. Everything looks perfect from the outside looking in. You know what I mean? And people be happy, but that don't mean it don't come without trials and tribulations, without ups and downs, without times where you feel like maybe we don't need to be together. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure that's everybody. That's every relationship. One time I'll probably look at each other and like, I don't think this shit working. Maybe we should, take a break. You know what I'm saying? Because my whole thing is this. When somebody tell you that maybe we should see other people, they got somebody in mind. They got somebody in mind. They got somebody they already talking to. You just don't know about it. So when they tell you they need to see other people, they already seeing somebody. They just giving you the heads up. That, hey man, your time on my clock is running out, or it's done the run out. You feel me? So if somebody come to you and they think y'all should see other people, that shit over with. If they come to you and they want to introduce a third party into the relationship, that shit over with. You feel me? If y'all didn't go into it with a polygamous mind when y'all first got together, and then they want to bring somebody in, that relationship over. Your relationship is over. You feel me? Because whoever is trying to insert the other person into the relationship is pretty much done with the relationship, because there's maybe it's something that the relationship is lacking, or you know what I mean, or something that you know what I'm saying. It ain't you. You know what I'm saying? That's what people be thinking that sometimes it is you, but most of the time it's not. You know, it's 50-50, 60-40, depending on, you feel me? I mean, I done been in a couple relationships, and I know a couple of times they didn't work out because of me. You feel me? I'm not perfect. Flirting with bitches and shit. Flirting with bitches and shit. It's hanging out and just doing wild, crazy shit that I would know that if it was in reverse, I would be mad about. You feel me? So I'm not perfect. You feel me? You done some things in life or in a relationship that you know if your partner did that, you would be mad as fuck if you didn't leave them. Right? So you got to be mindful of that when you out here in these streets. When you in a relationship and you out here, you know what I'm saying? Having conversations and shit, or befriending people, or you know what I'm saying, going out and just having a good time. You got to be mindful of what it is that you're doing, because you can put yourself in a situation that you wasn't trying to be in, but it's a compromise. You compromise yourself, which meaning that you put your relationship in jeopardy, right? So shit like that. You know what I mean? Somebody talking to you, and because sometimes you want to see if you still got it. You probably done been on the shelf, off the market for a while, and you going out, you getting all this new attention and shit that you haven't gotten in a while, or maybe you had let yourself go, and now you back trim and fit, and you feel me? Now you getting all this all this attention. You feel me? And you like, ooh, you liking it. And your relationship at the highs don't kind of stale, you feel? So you like, ooh, you feel me? But you got to understand, it's always fire in the beginning. Because a motherfucker ain't slept with you yet. Ain't lived with you yet. You ain't farted so loud that you woke a motherfucker up out they sleep yet. You feel me? You ain't blowed up the bowl at their house yet. You feel me? You ain't did something that they feel like is like, yeah. You feel me? So you got to understand that you may think that you is that, right? But there's certain things that certain people don't like or don't want to deal with. You may have an ex who didn't have a problem with you pooting under the covers in the middle of the night. You feel me? Smelling like eggs and shit under there. You probably had somebody who didn't care about none of that stuff. You feel me? Or, you know what I'm saying? You probably had a problem with somebody that you didn't wash dishes, or you feel me? You didn't really bathe like that. You feel me? You took little cat bath, bird baths and shit. You feel me? You might deal with somebody who didn't care about all that kind of stuff. You feel me? You might be somebody that don't really like sex like that. You feel me? Or you'll use surface level conversation. You feel me? And you think you deep as the ocean but you really as deep as a puddle. You feel me? And you may think that you this type of shit. You may think that you look the same with makeup and without it. And you probably don't. You feel me? But the person you with probably accept all that shit about you. Everything that another person not even gonna tolerate. You feel me? So I'm just saying, you feel me? You may be one of them guys that don't do nothing but go to work and come home and sit in front of the TV and play the game. You feel me? The girl that you with, she probably accept that and love you. You feel me? Then there's probably another woman that you think that you can get, and she don't even like that fact that you always playing the fucking video game all the time, or that you go to work and you won't do nothing after you leave work. You feel me? She probably don't like the fact that you don't help around the house. That you don't help with dinner or nothing like that, or you don't help with the kids or something like that. You feel me? She what? You know what I mean? So you got to understand who you with. You feel me? Your girl probably don't mind that you be a little musky. You feel me? Or your breath a little tart. Or sometimes you smell like ass. You feel me? Another motherfucker probably not gonna tolerate that from you. You feel me? So you got to understand. You feel me? And you feel me? You probably got a girl that's going 50-50. You know, your next girl, probably the girl that you think is better than your girl, probably don't want to go 50-50. You feel me? She probably want to go 80-20, 90-10. She probably want to be a housewife. She probably won't do nothing. She probably want to go out to dinner. She probably don't even know how to cook or clean. She probably don't even do laundry or fold clothes or nothing. You feel me? She probably just dress up, look good. And that's what she brings to the relationship. Being fine. So you got to understand. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of shit out here. So you just got to make sure when you in your relationship and you just like, man, you know, I'm tired of this shit, man. My coworker, or I smacked this girl at the gas station or at the club, or you feel me? I'm on Instagram and they in my inbox, or I'm on Facebook or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? And you looking at this motherfucker right here, and you like, yeah, that's me right there. You feel me? That shit probably ain't nothing compared to what you already with or what you already got. I don't know. You know what I mean? But who am I? I don't be knowing. You know what I mean? I don't know. So, but yeah, man. Shit be crazy. People always, you always feel like you can just get out here and bounce back. You know what I'm saying? And for some people it happens that way. You know what I mean? They just always bouncing back. You feel me? But you shouldn't always have to just bounce back. You know what I'm saying? Shit. I mean, I don't know. Used to, from relationship to relationship to relationship to relationship. You know what I mean? But from sex partner to sex partner to sex partner. But people always say it doesn't matter. Bodies don't matter. The past doesn't matter. But then when you fill out a job application, they want your work history. When you trying to rent a property, they want your renter's history and the credit report. When trying to get a car, you want the Carfax. So when people always about it, the past is not important. Then what are we doing? Why do we teach history at school? Why do we talk about former presidents? Why do we talk about old wars? Why do we keep talking about 9/11? You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Slavery, the Holocaust. You feel me? Because history matters. So history is important. It matters. So only time somebody tell you something don't matter is when they don't want you to revisit it. They don't want you looking into it. They don't want you to know about it. That's the only time when somebody tells you something don't matter. Because other than that, everything matters. Except when somebody don't want you to know something, then they're like, oh, it doesn't matter. It's not important. Well, just know the grass is not always greener on the other side. You know what I mean? And sometimes you think you're a good man or you think you're a good woman, but that just could be your thinking. You may not be. You got to understand that just because you think you something, don't mean you that. You feel me? Sometimes you got to look in the mirror at yourself and understand, hey, you're not a 10. You're more of a 4.8. You feel me? You not that handsome. You not that defined. Or you not that in shape. But like I always say, there's somebody for everybody. You're not that tall. You know what you feel me? You're not. You feel me? You just got to know what you're not sometimes, and be okay with that. You feel me? Or work on it and fix it. You're not that rich. You're not that well off. You're not that good in bed. Sometimes you have to know what your limitations are, know who you are, and be cool with that. And there's somebody out there that's cool with that. That's all. I don't know what the fuck you know what I mean? Like this conversation, it went way different than I thought it was gonna go. Man, it is what it is. You feel me? You live and you learn. And that's all that matters. Your whole life, you never stop learning. When you do, you're dead. Yeah. Smoke that.